And now for our story. As Mario Descari hurried away from Ben Calvert's office in Wakefield today, the young man was feeling disturbed and irritable. Something Ben said about Mario's wife had started the young Italian off on a train of thought which brought a scowl to his face and an angry, grim line to his rather full mouth. And so even though Carla had been looking exceptionally lovely as she waited for him eagerly at the appointed place, Mario had greeted her rather curtly. Now they were in their car heading toward the Descari farm a few miles out of town.
Well, what happened today? Did you get the stuff you went into town after?
Oh, I had wonderful luck, Mario. I found some lovely material with big red roses on it. Roses and green leaves. It'll be beautiful in the living room. You'll love it.
Will I? What makes you think so?
Why, Mario, you've always liked bright things in the house, and this is very pretty. Why shouldn't you like it?
I didn't say I wouldn't. I just asked why you were so sure.
Mario, is something wrong?
Wrong? What do you think?
I don't know. Only you're so cranky.
Maybe I have reason to be.
Then, won't you tell me what it is? Did something happen while you were in town today?
I don't know whether anything did or not. That's what I was going to ask you.
Me?
Yes. Suppose you give me the lowdown. Tell me what you did all this time after I left you.
Why, sure, I'll tell you, Mario. I was going to right at first, but you were frowning so. I didn't think you felt like talking.
I don't. I feel like listening. Go ahead, shoot. Tell me everything that happened.
Mario, I don't know what's the matter with you. You act so funny.
Well, if I'm funny, why don't you laugh?
Oh, you know what I mean. Mario, I don't understand.
Then don't try. Just tell me what happened.
All right. There's very little to tell. Well, I had my lunch in the square, like I always do, and I fed the birds. You know, I was telling Aunt Mary, I do believe they remember me.
Yeah, they remember you all right. Do you have a piece of bread for them?
No, I think they'd remember me even if I didn't feed them.
Anyway, you saw Aunt Mary Lane. Is that it?
Mm-hmm. She came along the path. She stopped for a minute, and we had a nice little visit.
What about?
Oh, you know, the farm. And you, Mario. Mostly, I talk about you.
Mm-hmm. Well, go on. What else did you do?
What else?
Yes, you must have seen people, talked to them. People like Bill Meade. You saw him, didn't you?
Well, yes, Mario, I saw him.
Then why didn't you say so to begin with?
Mario, you're not mad because I saw Mr. Meade and talked to him.
Of course not. But I asked you what you did, and you didn't tell me the whole story, that's all.
Only because I didn't think about it. Oh, Mario, Mr. Meade, he's a good friend of yours.
Sure, he's okay.
Then why do you act like this?
It just makes me sore, that's all. I ask you a question, you don't give me the true answer.
That's not so. I do give you true answers. I always have.
Sure, like now, after I warm it out of you. But how do you think I feel when my own wife holds something back? Mr. Calvert hadn't told me he saw you with Mr. Meade, I never would have known anything about it.
Mr. Calvert? The father of Mr. Meade's wife?
Yeah, she's not his wife anymore. Maybe he'd like to borrow someone else's.
Mario, to say a thing like that, to me, to talk like that about Mr. Meade, someone who's done you nothing but kindness and good. I'm ashamed for you. I'm so ashamed Oh,
Carla, baby, I'm sorry.
You ought to be. Doubting your wife.
Okay, I said I was sorry.
But you're still cross. Why were you with Mr. Calvert? Do you have business with him?
He stopped me on the street, asked me in for a beer, that's all.
Oh, I see. I wonder why he did that. It's not like him.
Why isn't it?
But why should he all of a sudden want to talk to you? Mario, you won't sell him any of our land, will you?
Of course not. What makes you think I did?
He's always wanted it. When you were away, he talked to your father. I don't like him very much, Mario. I feel afraid of him.
Afraid? Oh, there's nothing to be afraid of. No, baby. You got just one thing to be afraid of in this world.
And what is that, Mario?
Me. You know what I mean. When Mr. Calvert told me about you going off with another man today...
Is that what he said?
Sure. And I tell you, I saw red for a minute. Then he said it was a joke.
What a joke.
Yeah, a joke without a laugh. But then he said it was Bill Meade. And that was different, of course.
Yes, Mario. Of course it was. That's why you shocked me so just now, the way you talked.
Sure, I know. Mr. Meade's okay, but it's the same after that idea got into my head about you with another man. Well, even though it was Mr. Meade, I couldn't forget it. Why, I can't help it, baby. I'm like that about you and me.
Mario, there's only one man for me. Only one, Mario. It's always been like that, and you know it.
Sure.
You do believe me, don't you?
Yeah, baby. I believe you.
You must, Mario. Otherwise...
Otherwise what?
How can we live otherwise? If you love a person, you got to trust them. It's no good if you don't. It makes everything dirty, ugly. We don't want that to happen to us, do we, Mario?
No, baby, no, of course not. Oh, you think I'm crazy?
And don't you understand? We can't be like this. Suspicious, not trusting. It's bad, Mario. Something bad will happen to us if we do not trust each other. All the time you were away, overseas, fighting, I had just one thought in my heart. Let Mario come back to me. Let him come back strong, like he was when he went away. I didn't see anyone hardly. Just Angelina, the family. You're all I want, Mario. All I need.
And with me, it's the same, Carla. Just you.
Instead of going anywhere, I'd stay home and write you a letter. That way I felt as if I was talking to you, Mario. You see?
Yeah, Carla. It was like that with me, too.
Then will you stop being so foolish? It makes me unhappy when you're like this. It makes me want to cry.
Oh, no, baby. Sweet, don't cry. I'm a heel. I guess I ought to have my head examined. I know better, and then when someone starts talking about you, when I think of you with another guy, I just can't stand it. It's like fire burning me.
I know, Mario. And that's what worries me. I see it. I see what it does to you. And it frightens me. I wake up at night. You're there beside me. I can hear you breathing, and when I look at your face, it's like a little boy. So peaceful, so gentle. I think if only Mario could always be like that.
Oh, I want to be, sweetheart. Honest, I do, but maybe I love you too much.
Oh, no, Mario. You couldn't love me too much. It's not that. The loving is good. But if you could only trust me as much as you love me. Mario, will you try to? Please?
Yes, baby, I'll try.
Oh, Mario, if only you would.
Yes, baby doll. Yes, I'll try. You'll see. Come close to me, Carla. I'll try with one hand. Put your head on my shoulder, baby. There.
Now I'm happy, Mario. So happy.
Carla Descari sighed, closed her eyes. Yes, everything was all right now, Carla thought. But I wonder, Carla, if you are as secure as you think. For today, Ben Calvert saw the dark look which flashed across your husband's face at the thoughts of your being with another man. Ben Calvert saw that flash of anger, Carla, and remembered it. It gave him an idea which might destroy the love which you and Mario feel for each other. Now for our story. The lobby of the Vista Del Mar Hotel in Miami Beach was spacious and cool, luxuriant with the green foliage of potted tropical plants. It was a wide thoroughfare through which flowed a constant stream of smartly dressed men and women. Occasionally, a spurt of bright, empty laughter rose and fell quickly, punctuating the steady hum of voices. In a little alcove near the windows, a young woman sat smoking nervously while she looked with a searching, anxious expression into the face of each person who passed. Suddenly, she tamped out her cigarette in an ashtray, rose hurriedly, and intercepted a tall, handsome man who was heading for the outer entrance.
Paul.
Hello, Kit.
Is that all you have to say? Just hello? Aren't you surprised to see me?
Not in the least, Kit. When I got this series of messages demanding that I call a certain Karen Cummings, I knew at once it was you. That's not very subtle, you know. K.C. Kit Calvert becomes Karen Cummings. Did you think I'd be fooled so easily?
Oh, so you did get my messages.
Certainly.
But you chose to ignore them. Why, Paul?
I should think that would be obvious.
Perhaps it should have been. I'm afraid, though, I've lost the gift of distinguishing the obvious from the obscure. Paul, do let's sit down somewhere. I have to talk to you.
Frankly, Kit, there's not much point to our talking about anything.
I'm surprised at you. You used to be disagreeable sometimes, but you were never ungracious, Paul.
You mean I used to be disagreeable in a gracious sort of way, and now I'm simply disagreeable in a disagreeable sort of way? Well, perhaps you're right about that. In fact, I might go so far as to say...
do at least come and sit down, Paul. You can do that much.
All right, Kit. But believe me, you're wasting your time.
Perhaps I am. We'll see.
All right, Kit, here we are.
You needn't be so grim about it.
Grim? No, I'm not grim. Just detached, impersonal, and bored, Kit. In fact, quite bored.
If you persist in behaving like this, Paul, you'll make it very difficult for me.
Well, I warned you. I suppose you want me to ask you questions, what you're doing here and so forth. But I know what you're doing here, Kit. I've read the papers. And that little affair of yours in Huntsville made the front page. It's been rather a dull season for lurid copy. Of course, you were crowded off in the next edition by a murder, but... Anyway, I know all about the payoff to that pleasant little intrigue we cooked up together. And I must say I owe you a vote of thanks.
You do?
Oh, definitely. If you hadn't brushed me off in your charming way, I might have been caught up in it myself. As it was, I read the account of Lisa's turning up, her triumphant exit with her child and husband, with the polite interest of an innocent bystander.
A bystander, maybe. But not too innocent, Paul.
Well, I'm quite willing to confess I don't feel too proud of my share in the original proceedings there in Malibu. But in comparison with you, my sweet, I'm pure as the driven snow. And I intend to stay that way.
Meaning what?
That I intend to keep my fingers out of other people's lives from now on.
I see.
You know, Kit, that might be a good precept for you to follow. In fact, I recommend it.
Don't worry, my boy. I haven't the least intention of involving myself in anyone else's life. At present, my chief concern is to try and salvage what's left of my own. That's one reason I came to see you.
If that's the case, you've come to the wrong person, my dear. You ought to have known that.
Should I, Paul? I wonder about that. Perhaps you've forgotten a few things I still remember.
No. No, I don't think I have. If you're referring to some rather thoughtless declarations I made in the past concerning my feelings for you, I remember them well enough. But that's in the long dead and buried past, Kit.
I see.
Surely you're not surprised.
No. No, I'm not surprised. I know better than to expect to find loyalty anywhere.
Loyalty? I'm amazed you dare to mention the word. That anyone capable of such duplicity, such absolute ruthless savagery toward another person... Good Lord, Kit, if I were you, I'd delete the word loyalty from my vocabulary.
Now, Paul, I hope you're enjoying yourself.
You can believe me, I'm not. I find this whole discussion most distasteful.
I rather thought you were having a fine time. All this vindictiveness, seeing me crawl. I expected a certain amount of it. It's one of the reasons I dared to come to you.
I'm afraid I don't follow you.
I knew you'd think it a bit brash of me to follow you here, considering how we parted. But I thought your vengeful streak would be more or less a help to me.
You still haven't made yourself clear, Kit.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Paul, you're being deliberately dense. You know perfectly well what I mean. Simply that the pleasure of seeing me at the bottom of the heap ought to gratify you so much you'd be willing to put up with me for a while.
Oh? No, Kit. You overestimate my sadistic nature. I won't say I don't get a certain satisfaction finding you caught in your own web, but it's not enough to balance the fact that your company has lost all appeal for me.
I see.
By the way, Kit, I don't mean to be unkind, but frankly, you're looking like the very devil.
Yes, I know it.
Well, you oughtn't to let yourself go like this. It's not like you. At least you've always managed to put up a good front.
Well, call it moral disintegration.
I might, if I weren't inclined to regard it as a possible play for sympathy, although even that's unlike you.
Maybe I've changed, Paul.
I doubt it.
Not even for the worst?
Regardless. There's no sense in your looking like a hag.
What difference does it make?
Unless you intend it as a disguise. If so, I must say it's effective. I hardly recognized you. which may be just as well. Have you seen the papers today?
No.
You know they're looking for you, though.
Oh, yes, I know.
That's why you're coming to a place like this seems doubly foolish. It's not what one would call a remote hideout.
All the more reason they'd look for me somewhere else. If they did trace me here, they'd hardly expect to find me living at Mrs. Brotherton's furnished rooming house, kitchen privileges if desired.
Good Lord, don't tell me you're living there. In that dingy, brown-shingled place on St. George Street?
Yes,
Well, it seems to me you could have done better than that.
without making a reservation months in advance. Just try it sometime. And without luggage.
Quite the little refugee, aren't you, kid? I imagine you expect all this to arouse the protective instinct in me.
I don't expect anything. Nothing at all. Oh, if only I didn't have this beastly headache. I've had it for days.
Oh, come off it, kid. Can't you ever stop putting on an act?
It's been so long since I could sleep. I keep going back over it all. Over and over it. The faces. Voices.
Really, Kit, you're wasting this performance on me. Next week, East Lynne, eh? Surely you're not trying to give me the impression that you're tortured by your conscience. If you are, Kit, well, it won't wash, that's all. I know better. People like you go on and on, repeating the same pattern over and over.
The same pattern. Maybe you're right. Ever since I was a child, it's always been the same.
Oh, I get it now. You couldn't help yourself. Is that what you're trying to say? Some force outside yourself made you do what you did. You're the victim of your environment, or some such rationalization.
You think that's a joke, don't you, Paul?
Yes, Kit, I certainly do. If ever I knew a woman who was capable of looking out for herself, you're that woman.
But perhaps you're wrong to be so skeptical, Paul. You believe Kit is making a play for sympathy, trying as she has so often in the past to trick you. But how would you feel if Kit's apparent disintegration is not a pretense? If you knew that for once in her life, Kit Calvert is desperately in earnest. That she feels her hold on reality slipping. The line between the past and present becoming more and more vague to her. And the ability to distinguish between actuality and fantasy, something she is struggling with less and less success to retain. Now for our story. Tonight, after dinner, Ben Calvert had gone into the study of his big house on 11th Street. Seating himself in his favorite leather armchair, Ben began reading with great concentration. A little while later, his wife, Jessie, appeared. She wore a thin summer dress which showed off the trim lines of her still youthful figure. Her graying hair was, as usual, arranged becomingly, and if Ben had been in a mood to notice, he might well have told himself that he had a remarkably attractive wife.
Would you care for a glass of port, Ben?
No, thank you, Jessie.
Oh, it's such a lovely night. We ought to open the doors onto the terrace.
Go ahead if you like.
There. That's better. You can smell the mimosa all the way from the other end of the garden. Ah, and there's a full moon, too.
Good heavens, Jessie. You sound like a 16-year-old.
I almost feel like one tonight. Ben, do put that book aside and talk to me. Of all the evenings for you to get into a bookish mood.
All right, Jessie. There.
Thank you. Now, tell me what happened to you today. I feel like chatting.
You know, Jessie, in some ways, you're still remarkably young.
Why, thank you, Ben. I consider that a compliment. I hope that's how it's intended.
If you like.
Well?
Well, what?
You haven't told me what happened in town today.
Oh, you know nothing particular ever happens. I was thoroughly busy. Tom Bixford was in town. We had lunch together. He's been on a fishing trip up north.
Oh?
He gave me a bad minute or two. Asked after Kit, where she was and so on. Made me feel like a fool. I had to admit I didn't know.
Wasn't that rather tactless of him? After all, you'd think he'd realize that the subject of Kit would be a sore point.
The trouble was he hadn't seen a paper in 2 weeks on this vacation trip. So naturally, he hadn't heard anything about the trouble we've been having.
Oh, well, that explains it then. Come to think of it, I had a little experience today myself. Mrs. Swanson called. Something about a rummage sale to raise money for something or other. I could tell she had something else on her mind, though.
And finally she came out with it.
I suppose she made some crack about my being in cahoots with Kit about the baby.
Well, that was the implication. Naturally, she didn't say it in so many words. But I can tell you I put her right where she belongs. I told her you'd been absolutely guiltless in the whole thing, that Kit had taken advantage of you. How dreadfully shocked we both were. By the time I was through with her, she was falling all over herself, apologizing.
Well, I'm sick of the whole subject. So far as I'm concerned, I'd like to forget I ever had a daughter. I wish everyone else would do.
That's all very well, Ben, but sooner or later, when Kit runs out of money, she'll come home again.
Oh, no, she won't. Even if she does, it won't do her any good.
Well, Ben, if you feel that way...
I do feel that way, believe me.
You sound as if you plan to formally disinherit her. That's only logical, too. The way things stand, Kit's provided for very nicely. Insurance, trust funds.
Oh, well, the money. I'm not prepared to go through a lot of rigmarole about that. It's the least of it. After all, she's still my own flesh and blood, Jessie.
I see.
But I'm tired of discussing her, thinking about her.
Well, I don't blame you.
Say, I have a bit of gossip for you at that, Jessie. Guess who's back in town?
Can't imagine.
That Cameron chap, the one with the funny name, Brett.
Brett Cameron?
Seems he just got home from overseas. Made quite a good record for himself, too. He was a captain in the engineers.
Oh, that's not too surprising. Goodness knows he's not a coward.
No, but he's never done an honest day's work in his life, as far as I know. Went through every dime his people left him, except some little monthly income the family had sense enough to tie up in a trust fund for him.
Where's Brett living now?
The same place, over on the other side of the river, across from David Bowman's.
Oh, yes. He sold the big house a long time ago, didn't he? He lives in that cottage they kept for a guest house in the old days.
Yes. Well, he's back. I've never understood how a chap can be so lacking in ordinary human drive. Apparently, he's perfectly satisfied to eke out his existence on this little income he has. Take things easy.
Oh, well, I imagine a lot of men would do that if they had enough money to get by on.
Yeah. You wouldn't catch me doing anything like that. I'd go crazy.
That's because you're an entirely different temperament, Ben. Brett Cameron's the type who likes to live by his wits.
His wits, eh? Provided he has any.
Oh, he's intelligent enough, Ben. Lazy, perhaps, but... What are you reading? I can see you're dying to get back to it.
Oh, this? Oh, I was just browsing. Shakespeare.
Shakespeare?
Yeah.
My goodness. You are in a literary mood. Well, I've always intended to go back and read the old boy again myself, but somehow I never seem to get around to it.
Well, I just got to thinking about something, and I remembered this part in Othello.
Oh, yes. That was an awfully good company we saw play it in Chicago a couple of years ago. But it impressed me as an awfully gloomy thing. I think you'd want to read something more cheerful. Midsummer Night's Dream or another one of the comedies.
There's a lot more meat in a thing like this. Listen, Jessie. Who steals my purse steals trash. 'Tis something, nothing. 'Twas mine, 'tis his, and has been slave to thousands. But he that filches from me my good name robs me of that which not enriches him. It makes me poor indeed.
You're thinking of yourself, aren't you, Ben? How much you suffered lately with everyone being so nasty. Your reputation.
Yes, but here's the answer to that, Jessie. In the same play, just a few lines down. This is what I was looking for. Oh, beware, my lord, of jealousy. It is the green-eyed monster which doth mock the meat it feeds on. And then it goes on. Trifles light as air are to the jealous confirmations strong as proofs of Holy Writ. It's good stuff, Jessie. There's sense to it.
I suppose so, but I must say it sounds like a lot of hocus-pocus to me. All this about jealousy. I don't see...
Jessie,
Yes?
did you ever stop to think how much strength there is in the power of suggestion?
Not particularly. Except that everyone uses it one way or another to get what he wants from people.
You bet they do. But if it's handled properly, a clever man can do a lot that way, indirectly. like this fellow Iago in the play. A hint here and there, a false lead. And he managed to persuade the husband that his best friend had betrayed him, that his wife was faithless.
Well, heaven knows people are always ready to believe the worst. But the way everyone jumps on you on account of what Kit did.
Exactly. I've been thinking about that.
When actually, if they had any sense, they'd put the blame right where it belongs. On Kit.
I don't know about that, Jessie. You're prejudiced on that score, you know. For my money, there's someone else who deserves to take the rap. Someone who's gotten off scot-free so far. But if I have anything to say about it, he's going to get what he deserves before very long.
Ben Calvert was thinking of his ex-son-in-law, Bill Meade. In his anxiety to place the blame for his present situation upon someone outside the family, he had chosen Bill as the victim of his hatred. Now, as Jessie looked at him curiously, Ben's thoughts returned to a scene he had observed the day before, when the young Italian girl, Carla Descari, had stole through the square with Bill laughing happily up at the young man. And then Ben remembered with satisfaction the dark look which had crossed the face of Carla's husband, Mario, at the mention of his wife in connection with another man. Yes, Ben was thinking, the power of suggestion could be a strong weapon.